Living longer, living healthier, living better than ever before. Welcome to Mountain Pacific's Healthy Living for Life, a weekly series that gives you the information, education, and expert insight you need to become an active participant in today's ever-changing healthcare climate. Here now is today's program host.
Free your mind and your body will follow. We've all heard this phrase before, but what does it really mean? On today's show, we'll find out because we're going to discuss how meditation and yoga can help improve flexibility and build muscle strength, all while lowering blood pressure and stress. Welcome to Healthy Living for Life, a show dedicated to helping you do just that. I'm Janet Whitmoyer, your host. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Our guest is Anna Bradley, a certified yoga instructor who's here to talk about meditation. Thanks for being with us, Anna.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So let's start off with the basics. Can you tell us what is meditation?
Meditation is one practice that we can use to help us practice something called mindfulness. Mindfulness just means that we're paying attention on purpose without judgment to the present moment. And meditation is one of the ways that we can do that.
Okay. So can you tell us a little bit about what some of the benefits of meditation are?
You know, it's amazing. Back in 2005, there were maybe about 100 papers that had been published in scientific and clinical journals about the benefits of meditation. In 2013, there were over 1,500. Oh, wow. And by this time, I think that that's probably exponentially larger as well. And people have shown that there are positive effects on every level of our biology, our psychology, how we interact with other people. And there's been demonstrated positive differences in the brain scans of people who meditate versus people who don't. But you know, our attention improves, our regulations of emotions, our ability to perceive threats to our well-being accurately. All of that stuff can be improved with meditation, along with improving our relaxation response. So all of the benefits that come with relaxation.
Okay, so in some situations, can meditation help people as much or more or less than pharmaceutical drugs?
You know, I want to be really clear. I think that it's important people know that meditation and other mindfulness tools can be a useful part of their care routine, but people should stay on whatever care plan their doctors have prescribed them, and if that includes pharmaceuticals. No one should go off medications or even put off seeking treatment because of their intention to start a meditation practice. It's important that people continue to work with their care team. Meditation can just bolster the type of support that you have in your life.
Well, that's great. It's nice to know that there's all these different tools to help you with your common goal there. Can you tell us a little bit about the origins of meditation and how long it has been going on?
You know, meditation's been around for thousands of years. It's really nothing new, and it's actually not dissimilar from some forms of prayer. You know, anything where you set your mind on something and that's what you're focused on, that's a type of meditation. It's something that flourished in Asian countries, and we saw it moving into the West in the 1960s and 70s is when it really started to pick up popularity in places like the United States. But it's really, the concept of meditation is not unique or something that's just developed recently.
Okay, so actually moving into the process of meditation, how does somebody do that?
Yeah, you know, sometimes I think that it feels like this has to be a big mystical process, and that's simply not true. Okay. Anywhere where you can find a nice, comfortable seated position, it's great if you can find a place where you won't be disturbed or where you have limited distractions would be awesome. For some of us, that's not a possibility if there are, you know, kids running around or dogs or whatever. But finding a place where you can be comfortable and just taking a moment. A lot of times I like to even just take my right hand to my chest and my left hand on top, take a second to feel your heartbeat to come into where you are, and then start to set an intention to maybe focus on your breath. If it feels comfortable to close your eyes, then you can do so. I like to tell people to sit in an upright but not uptight position, you know, so awesome. Find something where they're comfortable. They can be leaning on a chair. You can also be lying down. And so taking a second to get yourself comfortable, and then just focusing on the exhales. Every time you take a big breath in and then feeling yourself breathe out. And every time your mind starts to wander, anytime you start to think about your laundry list of things to do, about the fact that you need to pick somebody up soon or whatever, then try to just come back to that feeling of the exhale, of the breath leaving the body.
Okay, awesome. So is there an amount of time that you should meditate, or how does a person know when they've gotten to their peaceful state?
Yeah, I think that if getting to know when you're at your peaceful state, if that was easier, then I think that would solve all of our problems. I think that's something we get better at the more that we get to know ourselves. Meditation and yoga, they're really just practices to help us get to know ourselves better. They help you figure out, when are you not at peace? When are you feeling like you could take a second to bring yourself back? When are you feeling like you're in high anxiety or stress? And so being able to tell when you're in those places becomes easier the more you practice, because it is a practice, it's a skill we develop. But as for time, when you're first starting out, 5 minutes can feel like a lifetime. And so if you just I like to set a timer, even though it feels like a lifetime, it's only 5 minutes, the timer will go off. I'm not going to be stuck here forever. But even just 3 to 5 minutes, and you'll start to build up over time if it's something that you enjoy. But 5 minutes can do a world of good.
Oh, that's great news. Sometimes I think people think they have to be doing it for hours or long stretches of time.
No.
You used the term mindfulness a minute ago. Can you explain to us a little bit more about what mindfulness really means?
Yeah, so mindfulness, the best definition that people use most frequently anyway, is just paying attention on purpose to the present moment without judgment. Okay. And so that without judgment part is key, and so is the paying attention on purpose, right? Our minds are used to doing a lot of things at once. You're used to being able to sit down somewhere and then while you're sitting and having a conversation, thinking to yourself about everything else that you have left to do, or you're in a meeting and you're thinking about your next meeting. That's something that our brains are really good at doing. But mindfulness is something that's asking us to practice to just be where we are. And when we're doing that through any type of practice, through meditation, through yoga, we're not avoiding the future or the past. We're just building a skill to help us do what we need to do where we are right now. We're not ruminating, we're not anticipating. And so that's really the idea, is to be able to practice being where you are with the people around you. And so it's really, it's again, not anything that's too out there.
And it doesn't sound like it's a real scary thing to do. So I appreciate you so much giving us information on meditation.
Yeah.
We'll be back after the commercial break to discuss yoga and its benefits. Stay tuned.